The ground quivers beneath the pounding of feet, not just one, but dozens. The thud of sprinting limbs, the rasp of breath forced through wide nostrils, the crack of branches as bodies tear through brush. A Neanderthal youth clutches a bound bundle of reeds soaked in river clay, his arms trembling, his heart, a hammer in his chest. Behind him, others run, elders, children, carriers, all moving in coordinated urgency. They are not escaping. They are building. In the shadow of a high escarpment, where the grasslands break into rock and wind, a circle of standing stones rises, not placed randomly, but in deliberate lines. The tribe surrounds it, each group with a task. One group grinds ochre against flat stones, painting symbols on slabs of slate. Another arranges wooden poles and binds them with sinew, forming frames for shelters. At the center, buried in the earth, is a massive pit lined with smooth pebbles and crushed bone, an early cistern to store water from the rains. This is not a camp. It is a beginning. Civilization in its infancy, sculpted not with metal or bricks, but with instinct, muscle, and memory. But civilization does not come without cost. From the ridge above, yellow eyes flicker between tufts of wind-blown grass. A pair of cave lions crouch low, scenting the movement below. One snarls, the sound almost lost in the gusts, but a hunter hears it. His ear twitches. He stiffens. Without words, he raises a stone blade. Others nearby see the shift in his posture and freeze. The wind carries the scent of predator, rank, wild, close. The ceremony stops. Tools fall silent. The air thickens. There is no panic, only the cold rehearsal of threat etched into generations of flesh. The matriarch steps forward. Her face is marked with ash, her eyes ringed in soot. She raises her hand, palm forward, and a wave of silence follows. The clan does not scatter. They do not run. They form a half-circle around the youngest, placing sharpened sticks into the ground. Spear points up. The pit, once meant to gather water, now becomes a trap. Bones of antelope and birds are tossed inside as bait. The lions, impatient with hunger and dulled by drought, descend. And yet, this is not their first trap. With a shout that echoes like thunder, the matriarch drives a burning branch into the circle. Smoke coils, stinging the lions' eyes, driving them back right into the line of waiting spears. When it ends, the ground is streaked with blood, but the circle of stones remains unbroken. The people gather. From the body of the lion they take hide and meat. From its bones they shape tools. From its death they mark the edge of their new domain. This is how civilization begins, not with cities but with unity against the wild. With fire, memory, and blood. The sky bruises into twilight as the tribe regathers. Ashes from the fire drift upward, spiraling into the darkening air like signals to ancestors long buried. Children crawl toward the center, eyes, wide fingers brushing the symbols on the stone's glyphs smeared in red ochre depicting hands, spears, circles. These are not idle markings. They are maps, stories, laws, etched not in writing, but in memory. Each symbol binds the clan not just to the land, but to each other. Around them, the thrum of insects fills the quiet as the wind dies. It is the first stillness after the storm. But the Neanderthals do not rest. Civilization demands structure, vigilance, and rhythm. Beneath a natural stone arch, two elders prepare dried roots and wild herbs, grinding them into paste with the horn of a deer. A child whimpers nearby, his leg swollen and purpled from a thorn's infection. The older female brushes the paste into the wound with tender firmness. then wraps the leg with bark soaked in stream water. No words are spoken, only the rhythm of care repeated through generations. Meanwhile, the hunters retreat into the hills seeking flint. Without sharp tools, the meat spoils fast, the hides rot. They scale the rock face fingertips hardened like hoof edges, each step calculated. One slips. A gasp, but the others catch him by the wrist. Strength alone does not preserve a people. Coordination sacrifice memory. They are the true bedrock. At the top of the ridge, the leader, the same youth who had carried the clay bundle earlier, kneels before a narrow fissure in the stone. He reaches inside. What emerges is not a tool, not a weapon, but a carving, a small figurine shaped from bone and ash, the curve of its spine mimicking the hunch of a matriarch. It is not art for beauty. It is not idle craft. It is memory held in the hand. The beginning of myth. As the hunters descend, shadows stretch long over the encampment. And now a new tension forms not from lions or wounds, but from across the plain. Dust rises at the horizon. Figures move slow, deliberate, unfamiliar. Another clan. Another symbol. Another claim to water, to shelter, to space. Their bodies are marked with vertical stripes, not circles. Their weapons are longer, more jagged. The matriarch sees them first. Her jaw tightens, shoulders square. The elders step forward. Spears are drawn not in aggression, but in warning. Civilization brings rules, yes, but it also invites challenge. The strangers stop within throwing distance. Both clans freeze. It is the first diplomatic moment in prehistory. No words, no translators, only posture, gesture, stillness. A child breaks the tension. He stumbles forward from behind the Neanderthal shield line, holding a dried berry bundle. The stranger's leader, taller, thinner, accepts it without blinking. A nod. A step back. No blood is shed. For now. But this moment, this fragile balance between fight and offering, is the seed of something new. The line between war and peace begins here, beneath a fading sun, between two clans of stone and breath. Night falls, cloaking the savanna in deep blues and shadowed gold. The stars prick the sky, silent witnesses to a species attempting something never done before: permanence. Around the central fire, the clan sits not in fear but in reflection. They have defended, healed, shared, and held. A rhythm is forming, not the rhythm of migration, of endless pursuit, but of return, of repetition. This place, once just a stop now, carries memory. It is becoming home. The matriarch steps to the edge of the stone circle and lifts a shard of lion bone etched with the marks of the day, 2 lines for fire, 1 for the kill, a spiral for the meeting. She places it into a small hollow beneath the stone sealed with mud and ash. It is not writing. It is not history. It is the echo of what will become both. Around her, the youth begin rebuilding. The pit is refilled with filtered water. The shelters are reinforced with hides. The painted slabs are repositioned to align with the moon's rise. These actions are not driven by instinct alone. They are deliberate, conscious, ritualized. This is the dawn of order, of systems, of hierarchy, of collective purpose beyond mere survival. But nature is not finished testing them. In the east, clouds boil and split. A storm rolls in, massive, alive, impatient. Thunder speaks first, then lightning forking across the sky like a cosmic claw. The Neanderthals rush into action. Water skins are sealed. Embers from the fire are captured in hollowed stones. Children are herded into the stone shelters. The hunters form a perimeter, spears braced against wind. The storm descends like a beast, but this time they do not scatter. They brace together. Civilization does not stop the storm, but it organizes against it. Rain hammers the plain. The shelters hold. Fire flickers, but does not die. In the chaos, the matriarch crouches beside a newborn born just as the thunder cracked. She wraps the infant in fur, holds it to her chest. Her eyes close not from fear, but from gratitude. The world still wants to kill them, but they have found ways to resist, not just as bodies, but as a people. When dawn comes, it finds the land washed clean. The river swells with new water. The air smells of wet bark and life. And from the shelter, laughter rises soft, hoarse, real. A child slaps mud onto a flat rock, mimicking the day's storm with wild gestures. Others join in acting out the lions, the fire, the rain. Story begins here in gesture, in mimicry, in survival, turned to memory. By midday, the clan gathers for a feast. Meat from the lion is passed around, each piece, offered first to the children, then the elders. They do not speak, but they touch shoulders. They share looks. A kind of knowing passes between them, the realization that what they built, this fragile circle of stones and fire, was not just protection. It was meaning. And from meaning, civilization grows.